Welcome back to the channel. It's Level Up with Mitz. We have another install for the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. What I have here is a roof rack. I've been researching roof racks basically for the spring coming up and camping, additional storage, being able to mount stuff up above. And I also wanted to be able to put a light bar on the front of the Jeep and also some rear facing lights. This has all of those mounting options built in. We are looking at a roof rack assembly from TKM Auto. I will link to everything below in the description, but I do have to say, it arrived, I unpacked it, it looks great. Everything is very solid, clean. It was packed very well from TKM Auto, and the instruction book, I flipped through it pretty quickly, has everything you need. So I'll go through the install, I'll mount it to the Jeep, and I'll show you what it looks like. Basically laid out everything kind of the way it's going to be. First step is you are taking these M6 20mm combo bolts, which is nice because the washer and the lock washer are already on, and assembling the side rails to the front rail. Step 2, do the same to the rear rail. So as you can see, the basic frame is set up. Now we can move on to step 3 and 4. 3 is to attach the crossbars and to tighten the bolts. Again, use this to get them started, but do it by hand to tighten them. This way you know exactly how tight each of these bolts are and you're not over torquing them. Just a little word of advice. So next, we're taking the feet. There are 3 on each side, and they will go underneath right to the tabs and bolt right on. And what's actually really nice is they already came pre-assembled. The instructions do show how to put them together. There's 2 bolts on the one side, 1 bolt on the other. The actual nuts are welded in really nice and tight, and these already came assembled, so it's very easy. We're just going to drop a couple more bolts in and get these lightly fitted and tighten them down. Again, get it close with this, but don't tighten it with this. Use the hand Allen just to get them cinched up. Now we assemble the rings. Basically, 1 bolt goes underneath. They slide right in the channel, washer, and top. Each handle's assembly is pretty easy. You just drop the bolt in, and then from the other side, the washer and the nut. Repeat this on all 4 sides, all 4 handles. There are some side brackets which fit through the rail. The bolts come up from underneath and tighten them down, and it gives you a few more mounting points on the side. And I also installed the front light bar clips, which are just 2 simple easy bolts with a lot of adjustments. So I'm going to go around, tighten everything up, and then we'll move it to the Jeep. After trying a few fits and taking it for a test ride, I realized I needed to make some adjustments. I actually reached out to support, and they gave me some specific measurements to move the rack back and have it aligned properly. I was getting some pretty strong wind noise and a whistle. So what I recommend is there's the 2 bolts on top here, the 2 on the front here. Keep them loose on all 6 brackets. I'm going to provide measurements somewhere over here that you will want to actually have the rack spaced out. It's what worked for me. You might have to micro adjust for you, but after doing this, the wind visor sat flush, it eliminated the wind, and it was a much better fit. So again, keep all the brackets loose, align the brackets in the drip channel according to the measurements, and then tighten everything up. It's gonna save you a lot of headache. I went through about an hour or 2 of trying different fit and alignments, but this should really help you out. So this will be the distance between the front windshield and the beginning of the rack. Following the center line of the roof panels to the exact base of the rack, and we are spot on. Quick trick is I took a blank piece of wood, fit it right in the drip channel, mark the end, and mark where the bracket begins, and I transfer that to the other side. With everything done, you have one last piece. The rack is on. I've taken my measurements. It's equal on both sides. You have one final cover plate that you would cover on all 6 brackets. This fits right over the top and under the drip edge. Line up the bolt, hand tighten, and follow up with your Allen wrench. Tighten it up, nice and snug. And you're pretty much done with the install. So again, a quick recap. Definitely make sure your measurements are right, like we talked about. Loosely fit all the bolts, get your rack aligned, go around, tighten them all one more time. It is also recommended that after you drive your vehicle for a little bit, go back around and tighten them one more time just to make sure none have loosened up along the ride. Now with everything installed, we're done. This was another install, TKM Auto, so level up with Mitz. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Hope you liked the video. I'll link to everything below. Thanks again for watching.